Hello, Daman.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. How are you?
Oh, we are excited.
You're very excited, and so are we, to know all about Lal Pari and to see what plans you've got with the Lal Pari ahead. So let's begin talking about that first time when you actually got that car, when your father got the car for you. I've seen your video, and I do remember that you were watching a movie with
Yeah.
your
So,
family.
when I was young, you saw that movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah.
And my mom, saw the happiness on my face or a longing to have a car like that. And, she got my dad to, find one.
How old were you then?
I was 3.
3. Okay.
So, I was just totally fascinated by it. And then, we got that, Lal Pari with us. And it has been part of my journey ever since.
And now you're all set to start your journey from here. You've already shipped the car from India to Dubai.
Yes.
And now you want to go to the UK by road, covering how many countries in between?
So it's 16 plus countries, give a few, because they're quite small, so it could go more, and about 12,000 kilometers. So it's going to be a long journey.
12,000 kilometers. Okay. Now, how do you plan before we get to the plan, tell me what gave you the idea? What motivated you to get onto a journey like this?
So I love travel, and we've traveled all our life, and I love vintage cars.
Yeah.
Classic cars. So, when we restored this car as it was in the factory, and we thought, why not drive it back and, put all our, whatever we love to do, put 2 and 2 together, and that's where this idea came that, why not drive it back?
Yeah. Was it your idea?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Was it your, I'm sure your dad or who in the family named it Lal Pari in the first place?
So that's my mom. So all my bedtime stories were adventure stories, where we would get lost in the jungles, we would be fighting villains, and, we would be in trouble, and then suddenly, this Lal Pari would come and rescue us.
Yeah.
Like a fairy, and because it was red.
Yeah.
And so all my cousins, and so that name sort of stuck with the car, and it has been that.
Right.
And so we're just trying to recreate those bedtime stories into now real life.
Super.
Simple.
So now tell me, covering a journey of 12,000 kilometers, who all are going to be traveling with you?
So it's my daughter, my father, a very dear friend of mine, Vinay, and dad's friend, so my uncle. So 5 of us are going to be on this journey throughout.
And I was hearing you earlier as well. You said you're going to carry just 3 pairs of clothing with you.
That's the only amount of space which we have. Actually, you can only wear 1 pair.
Yeah.
So 2 or 3 just to make sure that we don't smell too much.
Correct.
And you wash every day.
Tell me, you said that you plan to cover this within maybe 60 to 90 days. How did you arrive at this duration? What is the plan like?
So we can do about 50 to 60 kilometers max speed.
Okay.
So on an average, we do about 35 kilometers per hour. If we do 8 hours, that's about 250 to 300 kilometers.
Yeah.
So if we break that down by 12,000, that's about 60 days of travel.
Yeah.
And then, you've got breakdowns, something can happen. It could be a week, it could be 10 days before we are able to repair it and take it forward. So
right. And what's the sleep plan? Where do you, where are you going to stay the night some days if you are not traveling?
So, because we don't know where we will reach in advance, we have not done any bookings or anything. We're carrying our tents, we're carrying our sleeping bags.
Okay.
So if we find a hotel, very good. If we find a home that can host us, excellent. If not, we'll stay with nature.
And food is just going to be on the way, or are you carrying theplas?
No, we are carrying theplas, we are carrying khakra, we are carrying pre-cooked meals. We have a kitchen set up in the caravan.
Oh wow! Yeah, Lal Pari ki Saheli is traveling with you as well.
So we have the parts which are required, and we have a kitchen set up.
Okay.
because we're vegetarian. So, and it just makes it easier, to cook your own food.
Yeah.
Makes it much cheaper also.
So this caravan, which is going to be right behind the car, traveling with you, that is fully equipped with the kitchen
Yes,
and everything.
it's fully equipped, and my father is going to be driving that.
Oh,
So
okay.
me and my daughter are going to be in Lal Pari, and
Yeah.
dad is going to be driving Lal Pari ki Saheli all the way through.
That's amazing. I mean, he also wants to drive all the way, huh?
So when I thought of this, I thought, why not take my daughter along?
Yeah.
She was turning 21. She gets to masters, goes out for work. Then we're not going to have that time.
True.
And dad had driven me all his life. We've traveled the entire length and breadth of
Correct.
India. And so I just asked him, why don't you join me at the start, and then you can come in at the end.
Yeah.
And his first reaction was, you can go back, I'm not going back. So I mean, hats off to his spirit of adventure and travel, and I think it's great that he's doing this.
That's where you get it from too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what kind of challenges or any kind of maybe problems you foresee in your journey?
So logistically, we have got most of it covered. But just to give you a simple example, yesterday we were driving and something failed. The front windscreen broke.
Okay.
So I have to now get the front windscreen shipped from Ahmedabad
Oh.
to Dubai tomorrow, so that we can continue on the journey. So it's, we see it as opportunities to do some crazy things.
Yeah, of course. We wish you all the very best for it. Finally, before we end the interview, I want to ask you, what is the message you're trying to convey to people through this journey that you're doing, especially to the younger generation? We saw kids around getting very excited, looking at the Lal Pari, just the pictures. I'm sure they would be yelling their lungs out, seeing the car parked outside.
Something, it's, I don't know what it is about Lal Pari, but it brings out a smile and a joy to anyone who sees it, whether they're children or even an 80-year-old. And, when you are in a position of privilege, generally people donate money or something to show our gratitude.
Yeah.
We're trying to show our gratitude by giving smiles. And, we're doing it as a family, and, we want to convey the message that it's one world, one family. Let's enjoy.
Yeah.
Let's take time out for yourself, what your passions are. Follow your passion, take time out, because time is finite and you never know. So take time out for yourself, do the things that you love, and let's just spread joy and happiness.
Superb, Daman. You've created a lot of memories with Lal Pari over the years, and may it now create history. And let's see how it goes. We wish you the very best for it, and thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much. And if you guys want to follow us, you can follow us at My Lal Pari.
My Lal Pari it is.